Welcome to the TripNavigo channel. Today I'm taking you to Częstochowa, a city located in southern Poland on the river Warta, with around 200,000 inhabitants. This place is known throughout the country and the world, mainly for Jasna Góra, the Pauline monastery that houses the miraculous image of Our Lady of Częstochowa, which has been the destination of pilgrimages for centuries. On TripNavigo, you'll find more information about interesting places in Częstochowa, Poland, and Europe. You can also sign up for our newsletter with travel tips and discounts. Our walk through Częstochowa begins at the Roman Catholic parish of St. James the Apostle, one of the oldest churches in the city, with origins dating back to the Middle Ages. The church impresses with its Gothic architecture, beautiful altar, and richly decorated interior. It is a place where history meets spirituality, and it remains an important landmark in the city. From St. James the Apostle Church, we head towards Władysław Biegański Square, the heart of Częstochowa and one of its most beautiful squares. This is where the main avenues intersect. At its center stands the City Hall building, erected at the beginning of the 20th century, notable for its stately facade and beautiful architectural details. This is the place where the city's administrative life has been centered for years. From Władysław Biegański Square, we enter the Avenue of the Blessed Virgin Mary, Częstochowa's main boulevard, laid out in the first half of the 19th century. Its creation was linked to the city's growth and the need for a wide, elegant route leading directly to Jasna Góra. The avenue is divided into 3 sections by squares, lined with trees, historic tenement houses, and numerous shops, cafes, and restaurants. Walking here, you can sense the charm of old Częstochowa and see how the city blends tradition with modernity. At the end of the avenue awaits the Jasna Góra Monastery, the spiritual heart of Poland and the goal of millions of pilgrims. The history of this site dates back to the second half of the 14th century, when Prince Władysław of Opole brought the Pauline Fathers from their monastery in Buda, Hungary, to Częstochowa. That was in 1382, the year the monastery on Jasna Góra Hill was founded. The Paulines were entrusted with the care of the miraculous image of Our Lady, which, according to tradition, the prince had received from the King of Hungary, who in turn had brought it from Ruthenia. From that moment, Jasna Góra became a special center of Marian devotion, eventually drawing pilgrims from all over Poland and beyond. The development of the Jasna Góra monastery complex is a story spanning centuries, with each period leaving its mark on the architecture. After the Paulines arrived in 1382, a modest wooden and masonry church and monastic buildings were erected for the small community. In the 15th century, Gothic expansion began. A brick church, tower, and residential buildings were added. In later centuries, the monastery was gradually transformed into a powerful fortress. In the 16th and 17th centuries, defensive walls, bastions, and gates were constructed in response to military threats of the era. After the defense of Jasna Góra against the Swedes in 1655, Baroque renovations began. The church received a richly decorated interior, and chapels were built, including the famous Chapel of the Miraculous Image. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the monastery's wings were extended, and new utility and pilgrimage facilities were added. In the 20th and 21st centuries, restoration and modernization works have ensured the preservation of this heritage and adapted the sanctuary to receive millions of pilgrims annually. Entering the Jasna Góra complex, the first building you see is the Jasna Góra Basilica, the sanctuary's main church. Its Baroque interior is full of frescoes, sculptures, and gilded altars, and it hosts the most important celebrations. Next to it stands the Chapel of the Miraculous Image of Our Lady, the heart of Jasna Góra. This is where the famous icon is kept, before which millions pray. Looking up, you'll see the Jasna Góra Tower, over 100 meters tall. You can climb to its viewing terrace for a panoramic view of Częstochowa and the surrounding hills. Around you are massive defensive walls and bastions, remnants of the time when the monastery was a fortress. Cannons and embrasures from past centuries can still be seen. One wing houses the treasury and armory, filled with priceless votive offerings, historic trophies, and national relics. Nearby is the Jasna Góra Library, a treasure trove of old prints, manuscripts, and documents telling the history of the sanctuary and the order. Within the monastery grounds are also the pilgrims' house and utility buildings, providing accommodation and facilities for visitors from around the world. If you want to learn even more about Jasna Góra and explore other extraordinary places in Poland and Europe, subscribe to TripNavigo. Jasna Góra is above all famous for the miraculous image of Our Lady of Częstochowa, also known as the Black Madonna. This icon has a unique history. According to tradition, it was created in the early centuries of Christianity and came to Częstochowa in the 14th century thanks to Prince Władysław of Opole. Its dark face and two scars on the right cheek, said to have been made during an attack on the monastery in the 15th century, are its most recognizable features. For centuries, the image has been revered as the protector of the Polish nation. Jasna Góra is also a symbol of courage and faith, thanks to the defense of the monastery during the Swedish deluge. In 1655, a small garrison under Prior Augustin Kordecki withstood a 40-day siege by much stronger Swedish forces. This victory inspired Poles in their struggle for freedom. Another key event connected with Jasna Góra was the Lwów Oath made by King John II Casimir in 1656, proclaiming the Blessed Virgin Mary Queen of Poland and entrusting the nation to her protection, along with a pledge to defend the faith and care for his subjects. This oath was renewed in its modern form by Primate Stefan Wyszyński in 1956 in the difficult post-war years. To sum up, Częstochowa is definitely worth visiting. It's a city where history, culture, and spirituality intertwine in a unique way. From landmarks like St. James Church, through the Avenue of the Blessed Virgin Mary, to Jasna Góra, each of these places tells its own remarkable story. To finish our journey today, we invite you to the exhibitions at the Częstochowa City Art Gallery, where you can currently see a unique collection of drawings by the famous satirist Edward Lutzen. Subscribe to the TripNavigo channel to discover more fascinating places in Poland and Europe. Also visit our TripNavigo website for more travel tips, stories, and special offers.